Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great privilege and pride and honor to bring this young man up who's out there in the streets, out there in the malls, out there putting his leather shoes in the mud puddles, going out getting names and numbers. He's fearless going to the malls, Kmart, no Kmart, Walmart. That was a Kmart. He reopened it up. He has no fear. And one day he was goes in the restroom and his phone rang as he's away from his home from off work office and home. And his boss comes and, hey, are you okay? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, your fingers on the keyboard is not moving. He said, for crying out, man, I just went to the restroom. Am I loud? See, that woke him up. Folks, don't let stuff like that wake you up. How would you feel if I got that kind of phone call? And he made a commitment to sleep on the floor to get the regional director knocked out of the way. And he is out there every single day, going from rodeos to roadhouses to side of the road to Walmarts to Kmarts to gas stations. I mean, he's out there getting names and numbers and going through it. So here again, I just want to have so much respect for this young man because he's a no quit attitude. I wish everybody had an attitude like of this nature. Without further ado, from Dallas, Texas, the one and only incomparable, Mr. Sam Backbone Foster. Let's give him a hand.
Good morning, everyone on the call, all the leaders on the call, all the RVPs, all the SVPs, all the regional directors. I don't want to leave anybody out. In RCs, CQs, doesn't matter. Thank you guys for being on the call. As you can tell, I'm a little raspy today. I don't know what I came down with. I don't know. I guess it must be that Amway code. Think about it. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I won't be before you long, but I want to get into the meat and potatoes of what I'm talking about. I got a little angle on my phone, so hopefully I'm direct with you guys. But if you're taking notes, if you're taking notes, I was thinking about this last night. I was tossing, I was turning, I couldn't sit still, and I had 5 or 6 titles, and this and that and that. No, nothing mattered. It hit me this morning about 45 minutes ago. And the title of the message: Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's right. Wait a minute. That's right. That's right. That's right. I know it's bewildering. I get it. I get it, Jackie Black. I see it on your face. I get it. I'm in gallery. I get it, Kathleen Williams. We, William, I see you over there, buddy. I get it, man. I get it. I thought the same thing, Mr. Thomas. I mean, what is this? Wait a minute. And the reason why I say wait a minute is because whenever you get an aha moment, whenever you get an epiphany, whenever you get that thing in your mind that says, I get it. It's always that wait a minute moment. Wait a minute. I've been thinking about this, Mr. Ishmael. I've been thinking about it. Sensational. I've been thinking about it. Coach Johnny, I've been thinking about it. I've been really thinking about it. And I'm saying, well, what is the stall in this situation? And it finally hit me. Wait a minute. And the reason why I say wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, is because when you really think about this business, when you really think about ACN, it only boils down to 2 things: IBOs and customers. Plainly put, IBOs and customers. This is not hard. This is not arithmetic. This is not any of those things. I don't care all these 27 other countries we in, it still boils down to 2 concepts: IBOs and customers. And at the end of the day, everybody's human. You have an even playing field. I don't care if you came in last night. I don't care if you came in 29 years ago. It does not matter. It's a simple process. And I had to say it to myself. I said, wait a minute. And I finally got it. Why is that? Because I've been on the road this week. I mean, that's probably why I'm hoarse. That's probably, I've been in and out the weather. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in Texas, it rained about 3 days. I mean, it rained as we say cats and dogs. That means very hard, by the way, very hard for my West Coast brothers and sisters, because I know y'all don't understand this Southern lingo, but that means it rained extremely hard. And it rained so hard, I was in and out the rain, prospecting, talking to people, in and out. And then the last night, which was last night, I'm in the rain. I stepped down, and Lord and behold, a big puddle of water. I mean, my left foot was soaked. That's right, Jacket Black. It was soaked. I mean, that's why I'm sniffling now. I feel like I got dipped in the water. I mean, I couldn't understand it, but I understand why we have to go through what we have to go through. Mr. Thomas talked about his situation with him putting all this stuff on the guy's porch and coming off the porch and this, that, and the other. And I started thinking to myself, I said, wow, I got to go through this. I got to go through that. I got to try to run behind people. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. Everybody pump your brakes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Adrian O'Neal, I know you driving, my brother. I see you, man. Lance Wittenberg, I see all you guys. Danny Payne, I get it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Wait a minute is the message. And this is why I say, wait a minute. I was talking, just to give you guys a background. I'm talking to this guy, right? I'm prospecting the guy, just to give you guys a caricature of what I'm going through. He's a detailer, which means he details cars. Okay. But one of the sites that I was on doing some contract work, I asked him what he did besides what he was doing currently. So you do anything else, just peeking. And the guy said, yeah, he said, I detail cars. I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, well, let me get your number. I do a little something. So that's a hint. I just go ahead and get the name and number right then and there. I don't care where I'm working at. So that way I can call him back later. Okay. Started calling the guy back later and found out this guy from a rural area in Texas. I'm gonna set this up for somebody who don't understand what's really going on. From a rural area in Texas, this guy's got like no joke. I think he told me 12 brothers and sisters. 12. He's number four. He's number four out of 12 brothers and sisters. So think about that for a minute. I thought he was playing. So I get to talking to him. I said, really? You got 12 brothers and sisters? He said, yeah, man. He said, same mom, same dad. He said, man, they refuse to watch TV. Get that, get that. They refuse to watch TV. He said that they started having so many brothers and sisters that his dad, his dad's dad, their parents exiled him because they was like, well, you guys are having too many kids. You're young at the time. You're young. Say, well, this is not going to work. You guys are not paying attention to your future. Well, long story short, I caught on to that sensation. I started realizing that I have to catch on to when people tell the story because somebody's going to leave a clue every time they open their mouth. You don't have to, once again, you don't have to let them talk long, Coach Johnny. You just have to let them talk long enough for you to understand what their why is. In this young man's case, he just didn't want to get caught in the rat race of being in a small town, doing nothing, doing warehouse work. Those small towns, they full of warehouses and things of that nature. And he didn't want to get caught up in there. So he moved to the Dallas area and he started, working where he works at now and he details cars. Guy's pretty good. He was telling me, he said, well, man, yesterday I detailed 6 cars. And I'm thinking, wow, I guess that's a lot of cars. But then I thought about it, sensation. And this is when I said, wait a minute. Because no matter what somebody tells you about a job or detailing cars or anything like that, if they're not making residual income, it doesn't make a difference. Let me say that a little louder. It doesn't make a difference. Why is that? I got you, Ishmael, because guess what? I don't care if they're in Hollywood. I don't care if they're in Hell's Kitchen in New York. Think about it. If they trade time for dollars, they got to go back and do it again. And they got to go back and do it again and again and again and again. They can't live the lifestyle of a Mr. Al Thomas because they don't have residual base income. And that's where we come in at, ladies and gentlemen, as IBOs. We have residual based income at our fingertips. And what I mean by that is if we go out and do what we're supposed to be doing on a daily basis, we accumulate residual income. The average person doesn't do that. The average person will always trade time for dollars and get a tip called a paycheck. And if they didn't go to work yesterday and their job didn't get in what they call a bonus or a holiday pay, they lost, which means they came out a day short. Think about that for a minute, agent, while you drive. Think about that for a minute. So you're trading time for dollars, you're getting a tip called a paycheck, and you're looking at yourself and you're thinking, I got to go get another job. Talk to another guy. I'm wrapping this up and I'm putting all this together. Talk to another guy. Now I'm peaking. Now this is my week. Other guy say, I quit my job. I said, oh, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, well, I'm going to be working this job. He said, but my first job, I quit. So I'm going to be doing overtime at this job. Watch this, Mr. Tom. Overtime, which means all he's doing is trading time for dollars again. But he got connected to this overtime thing, corporate America. He got connected to overtime. So he's thinking time and a half. Time and a half doesn't make a difference when you're doing time. Okay, I'm going to say that again, sensational. Time and a half doesn't make a difference when you're doing time. Why? Because you still have to be on the clock to actually do the time. Watch this. He missed a day at work. Well, your time and a half doesn't exist anymore. He missed a day this week. He missed a day. I asked him, I said, where were you yesterday? Oh man, I got caught up, da 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 da. He said, well, I'm gonna make it up today. Well, that's impossible because you missed a whole day. You can't make a day up. You can come a day, but you can't make it up. You lost a day. So that means you're still trading time for dollars. Well, watch this. In ACN, we don't have to do that, ladies and gentlemen. In ACN, we never have to do that. Let me repeat that because somebody probably got me on mute. We never have to do that in ACN. We never have to trade time for dollars. Everything that you grasp onto, whether it's an IBO or a customer, it links itself to the next position, which means it's going to be residual based no matter what. Think about that. It's going to be residual based no matter what. So as you add on, whether it's IBOs or customers, it forms residual based income by default. By default. If you start a team, that's a plus. If you add more customers, that's a plus. You get residual based income. I found something out. I found something out, Danny Payne. The average person doesn't have a clue on what residual income is. The average person doesn't have a clue. And the reason why I know they don't have a clue is because they think, oh, that thing. And when you ask them, don't be afraid to ask them, what do you mean that thing? I'm almost guaranteed 99.9% they can't explain because they heard somebody else say that thing. They heard somebody else say that scam, but they can't explain it to save their life because they're traditional. They make traditional money. They get traditional results. But in ACN, we don't get traditional anything. We don't have to sit there and get to the latest fad because we are the latest fad. 29 years speaks for itself. And then they're stuck when you say 29 years. Sensational, when I say 29 years, they can't argue with 29 years. I say that all the time. I said 29 years. And then I say you're already doing the services. That's a caveat right there for somebody. And then we have health share. So now we're on a whole nother playing field that people don't even know we're in. And then when they find out we're in it, then they're stuck. Then I say to them, well, who do you know I need to know? Because sometimes we have to get out that rat race of trying to figure out if they want to be an IBO or a customer. Now, sometimes they have to get out the way and we have to go around them to get to the right people. Why do you say that? Because the guy that told me, the second guy, that he was coming in to do extra work, well, he couldn't come in and do nothing yesterday because they were off for the holiday. So now he's stuck with 2 days. Somebody gonna get that. Somebody gonna get that. Mr. Ishmael, somebody's gonna get that. He already missed a day. Now he's stuck. He missed 2 days because yesterday didn't count. Now he's stuck. Think about it. But if he had this residual income, Adrian, if he had this residual income in his pocket, watch this part. He wouldn't have to worry about trading time for dollars. That residual income will start multiplying itself because he's already doing the services. The only difference is he's not making money and he's not saving money. Somebody needs to get that. So when you're prospecting people, it's not a hard thing to do. You just have to get out your own way, get your ego out the way, and recognize that some will, some won't, somehow, so what, and keep going. Because somebody in that down line of saying no, 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 is gonna have an aha moment and say, wait a minute, tell me a little bit more about this opportunity. There that wait a minute go again. Then they're gonna say, wait a minute. I prospected 3 people at one time yesterday. 3 people. All because they wanted to know how this works. 3 different names and numbers now, all because they want to know how it works. I just got everybody's number. I didn't explain it to them, nothing. I just got their name and number. Why? Because at the end of the day, I don't care if they work for Wall Street or they beating the street. They're human and they all trading time for dollars. When they can see a better way and you can explain it to them, it's over. 3 services gets you $200. It's over. And $200 every 3 services. If you just tell them that, well, it's a done deal. It's simplified right there. You getting $200 every 3 services, no matter what, no matter what. And then you got the video to back it up. Then you tell them, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. See, sometimes, Ishmael, you got to push them. Mr. Thomas, you got to push them. You got to push them out there. When they back you up, no, you got to back them up, Sensation. You got to push them. Because a lot of people don't realize that because they hadn't went in the back office and saw the video. Now, that's the co-founder doing the video now and saying every 3 services is $200. Now, they can't go to the job and get that nowhere. I don't care what job they go on. They can't get every 3 services $200. And that's upfront money. Because on the back end, it turns into residual-based income, William, on the back end. So you're going to get that on the back end, residual-based month after month after year, and going. Because so if somebody just get that concept when you're peaking somebody, you're going to peak a boatload of people. Because all you got to do is tell them your 324 can get you as much money as you want. How much can you stand? Every 3 services is $200. How much can you stand? Now, that's the average person you're telling that to. Now, what if you bump into a business owner? Adrian, what if you bump into a business owner? Jesse Harden, what if you bump into a business owner that you know they trying to save on their bottom line, and you know they got a home to take care of and a business to take care of? What do you mean? If that person don't agree to what you saying about this opportunity, they fooling themselves. Next person. Jackie Black, next person. Mary Moten, next person. Kathleen Williams, next person. Because it makes plenty of sense. What happens a lot of times is, and that's why I said, wait a minute, because we let the average person push us back once they say no. We don't have enough backbone and posture to come back and say why. Let me stop. We don't have enough backbone and posture, Mr. Thomas, to ask the average person why. Because I want your answer. When you tell me no, I want to know why no. Because you're doing this service, I need to know why. Because if you tell me why, and we cut it like that, we good. Because if I leave your face, I never leave your conscience. Because I asked you why. That's right, Jackie Black, I see you. I got you, that's right. You can point, that right there, you had that aha moment, right there. Because I never leave your conscience when I ask you why. And that why backs me up. Because I want to know why it doesn't make sense to you. You paying the bill anyway. Why doesn't it make sense to you to be a business partner or a customer? You paying the bill anyway, and you're paying too much for the bill. Watch out, Ishmael. You paying too much for the bill. I want to know why. Wait a minute. I want to know why. Even if you hang up in my face. Kathleen Williams, even if you hang up in my face, I want to know why. Because that's going to give me enough sternness in my repertoire to go on to the next person who really want this opportunity. Because most people would love to do this opportunity. They just need to know you stern and you set in a position on your position when it comes to this opportunity. I never not get a name and number. I'm not bragging. I never don't get a name and number. I'm always get a name and number. So if we got to go back and forth, that's fine. Because who do you know I need to know? Because it may be your cousin doing the opportunity, and we have to come back and get you later. We have to come back and get you later. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's plain and simple. Because if me and you got a phone and I get paid off mine, why you not getting paid off yours? I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna wait on it. If we both got the same phone and I get paid off my phone every time it rings, why you don't get paid off your phone? And the phone work the same. Okay. That right there shows me, ladies and gentlemen, why I said, wait a minute. We got the best thing on the planet known to man. We just have to get out of the way, go out there, do our due diligence like we're supposed to be doing anyway, and allow everything else to fall in our lap. Because I'm getting ready to head out here now. Rain, sleet, or shine. It's Black Friday. I'm going to light it up like a Christmas tree. Because I'm talking to everybody in the bank, out the bank, on the bus line, off the line. It don't make a difference. And I'm coming back with names and numbers. Why? Because next Saturday, Emerge is coming to Dallas. And we want to be on fire before the fire even starts. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And you can believe it. We're on fire here in Dallas. Mr. Thomas, that has been my time for Fearless Friday. I thank you guys. Wait a minute should be in the back of your mind.